I seen fire fall before, homie. A city lighted up so bright, you can't tell night from day. But light don't mean righteous, and loud don't mean loyal. Some countries ain't meant to be saved. Some countries meant to burn. They call it South America. Streets full of ghosts and hysteria. Same sin, new area. They daring you to carry it. Boy kissing boys in the open like it's regular. Script laid down, but the heart's too secular. Ain't no shame, ain't no cover for they flaw. Burnt cities in the past, this one looking like the law. And I ain't here to preach, I'm just saying what I saw. When the sky crack open, they gon' wish they knew it all. Back in the scrolls, a city got bold. Men lusted men while the fire turned cold. Angels pull light out the gate, real discreet. Said don't turn your head when the judgment repeat. Now fast forward, neon sign, same act. Boy with a boy, girl with a girl, no cap. They call it love, but it's lawless in design. And the chain made a sin, only tighten over time. The scroll said they worthy of death by decree, but mercy left lingering like smoke in the breeze. And the ones that applaud gon' get caught in the flame. Same as the players, different jersey, same game. Call it South America. Streets full of ghosts and hysteria. Same sin, new area. They daring you to carry it. Boy kissing boys in the open like it's regular. Script laid down, but the heart's too secular. Ain't no shame, ain't no cover for they flaw. Burnt cities in the past, this one looking like the law. And I ain't here to preach, I'm just saying what I saw. When the sky crack open, they gon' wish they knew it all. See, back then they was doing it in the dark. Now parades for the pride, sell it like it's art. Ain't no hard love to the daughters in the land, but the sons got sold to a twisted kind of plan. Whoremongers and idolaters moving like a wave, and the ones speaking truth get labeled as depraved. I seen it coming, the book ain't never lie. Flesh trade cities, they fornicate with pride, and the merchants get rich from the filth of the land. Babylon burning clock ticking in his hand. They celebrate sin like it's sweet in the night, but can't dodge judgment when it creep in the light. Ooh, they don't hear the trumpet blowing. Ooh, no. Too busy in the club showing when the smoke rise up, ain't nowhere to run. Better check yourself before he check you, son. They say love win, but what's love without law? What's a throne to a peasant with a flaw? See, this the type of talk make a coward wanna leave, but the wise gon' listen when the spirit let it breathe. They sell you indulgence with a side of decay, while the prophets get mocked for the words they relate. South America, a mirror to the past. Only thing different is the flag that they flash, but the flames still fall. The sin still spread, and the earth still mourn for the blood that is shed. I ain't perfect, but I'm trying to make it clean, cause he said what he meant, and he mean what he mean. Yeah. A country too loud to hear a whisper, too bright to see the truth. Same sins, different century. And when it comes sudden. Better check the sky.
Let's get the spiritual force behind Babylon. Let's get Jeremiah 51 and 2. Let's get the spiritual force behind Babylon.
Jeremiah 51.
Y'all see that bull right there on the right? Y'all see that bull right there on the right, right? That's the bull of Wall Street.
That's Merrill Lynch.
This is the bull of Wall Street. Merrill Lynch now, yeah. The bull of Wall Street. But see, that right there is an idol that has greater significance than what anyone knows. And we getting ready to bring the understanding concerning it. Jeremiah 50 and 1.
Jeremiah chapter, he said 50 and 1? Yeah. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1.
Yeah.
The word that the Most High spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon
and
is
conceal
taken.
not. So listen. The Most High instructed, conceal this not. We're not concealing nothing. Conceal it not. Babylon is taken. Come on.
Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces.
Baal is confounded, and Merodach is broken in pieces. All right, let's get it. Let's go into it. Baal, from the Strong's Concordance, H1078. It says Baal, a chief Babylonian deity. Baal, all right? Now, Merodach, or Marduk, all right? Let me get this. Now, I want y'all to read these red parts. You can read everything, but read the red parts more so. It says calf of the sun, or solar calf, bull calf of the sun. God, the ancient city of Sceptre. Now, I want y'all to really soak those red parts in, because we're getting ready to read something, and I want y'all to really soak those parts in before we read what we're getting ready to read. All right, so now, Merodach is Marduk. Marduk is the Babylonian form of his name. All right, so you got Merodach, but Marduk is the Babylonian form of the name, right? It says the name Marduk was pronounced Marduk. The etymology of the name Marduk is conjectured as derived from Utu, immortal son of Utu, or bull calf of the sun god. The origin of Marduk's name may reflect an earlier genealogy or have had cultural ties to the ancient city of Sceptre, dating to the 3rd millennium BC. All right, now y'all got that. Let's go to the next part. Bam. Satan, the great and financial god of Babylon. But before we read this article on the right, I want you to invisible. I'll read the article. Don't worry about it. All right. This is an article from Cambridge University by Benjamin Bromberg. So this is from Cambridge University, and it's from a book called The Journal of Economic History. All right. And this particular page, page 77 of that book, it says the origin of banking, religious finance in Babylonia. So let's read. The economic importance of the sanctuaries of antiquity has long been recognized. The Babylonian shrines were no exceptions. Not only were the chief Mesopotamian temples religious centers, law courts, schools, and archive depositories, but they were also banks and mercantile establishments. Indeed, as fiscal institutions of the Babylonian economy, the importance of sanctuaries cannot be overemphasized. In financial or monetary transactions, the position of the Babylonian temples was not unlike that of national banks. They carried on their business with all the added weight of official authority. Of all these religious financial organizations, the outstanding one was that of Samas, the sun god and lord of justice and righteousness at Sipar. Now, y'all remember I told y'all to hold on to that word Sipar, and I told y'all to watch that the sun god, the calf of the sun god. It says, the so-called eternal city of Babylonia, no Mesopotamian fame had such a reputation and longevity in the banking sphere as did the sun god's shrine. It is believed that this temple was the first bank in the world. While it had a notable existence for about 3,000 or 4,000 years, its extant financial records do not date beyond the reign of Sabian, the third king of the first Babylonian dynasty. How did this temple originate? I believe that its inception may be traced to the character of the revenues of the Babylonian sanctuaries. An important source of the regular income of the shrines was the tithe, payable not only by private individuals, but by the Babylonian cities and the royal family as well. Here is an example of a tithe accounting relating to the receipt of grain by the temple of Samas at Sceptre. Now, let's see. Let's go back. Now let's read it again. The calf of the sun, the solar calf, the sun god. The bull calf of the sun god. This is Marduk. Remember, Marduk. This was written in scripture. Marduk. Right? This god was to this god was attributed the first bank. This right here, the calf of the sun. No coincidence is this thing right here on Wall Street. Merrill Lynch, like you said. No coincidence, right? The ancient city of Sceptre, right? Whose god was Utu. We just read about this god here. So the first bank, according to a Cambridge University press, or book that was published by Cambridge University, Babylon is the origin of the first bank. Now I'm showing you this because I want you to understand that Babylon, America, listen to me. America is the Babylon that the Most High had David prophesied, had Isaiah prophesied, had Jeremiah prophesied, had John the Revelator prophesied.
All right.
That's why I'm showing you this. Now let's go to Matthew 4:1. Because now we're getting ready to identify Marduk, the sun god. Matthew 4:1.
Book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yashaya led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungry. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of the Most High, command these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
And that's what we say. That's what we say today. We said the same thing our Lord and Savior said. Man shall not live off bread alone, but of every word. Old Testament, New Testament. Omitted books by Rome. Man shall not live by bread alone, but of every word that proceeded from the mouth of the Most High. Come on.
5. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down, for it is written, He will give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou shalt dash thy foot against a stone. Yashaya said unto him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Most High thy God. Again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then said Yashaya unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Most High thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him.
Now you see, so this God that will be able to offer all the kingdoms of the earth and the riches which are within him requires for you to worship him. Not only do he require for you to worship him, he understands all kingdoms that will be great. He showed our Lord. He took Christ and showed him all the kingdoms of the earth and said, hey, you can have these, just worship me. The greatest nations on this earth will be those who fall directly under Satan. Okay? We're not done. We're not done. Before I get Mammon, I don't want to get Mammon yet. Yeah, I do. Let's just read Mammon because we're getting ready to transfer there. So let's read this Mammon right here. All right. There's a connection between Beelzebub, Baal, and Mammon. All right, this is from the Dictionary of Angels by Gustav Davis. All right. Mammon, in occult lore, a fallen angel, now ruling in hell as one of the archdemons and prince of tempters. Now, you see that? We just read about the tempter, right?
All right.
Prince of tempters. In Diplancy, Dictionary Infernal, Mammon is certified as hell's ambassador to England. He is equated with Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, and even with Nebuchadnezzar. All right. So I just wanted to read that part. So and you can see in occult places, all right, Mammon is equated with Satan and Beelzebub. All right, so let's deal with it because I want you all to understand who this Merodach is, who the Most High is warring with right now. Because we're seeing a financial decline in Babylon right now, and we're not seeing the spiritual side of it. We're just seeing what's happening in the flesh. We're seeing what's happening in the natural. We're not seeing the supernatural force behind it. All right? Beelzebub. Let's get Matthew 6:19.
Matthew chapter 6 verse 19.
And you see all the and you see all these little kids, right, taking pictures with the devil horns up, throwing the devil horns up. You see the basketball players when they hit a three-pointer, they put up the 3 6s and all that. Right now they calling everybody the GOAT. Come on.
Matthew chapter 6 verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
Yeah.
No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
There's only two to serve, and there is no in between. You cannot serve the Most High, and you cannot serve the God of this world. You cannot serve Satan. Let's go to Matthew 12. I don't have this in here, but I need it. I want it in here before we read this definition for Beelzebub. Let's go to Matthew 12, and we can start at 25.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Yashaya knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
And we have right now what we see in America, in Babylon. Babylon is a country divided against itself, and have been for a very long time. It's only so long that a country like that can stand. It's only so long that a place like that can have rain before before all the cars come tumbling down. Can two walk together lest they be agreed? The answer is no. Okay, this is a country, a kingdom divided against itself, Babylon. Come on.
27. And if I, by Beelzebub, cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore, they shall be your judges.
Mm-hmm.
But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of the Most High, then the kingdom of the Most High is come unto you.
Read the 29th.
29. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and cast his spoil and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house?
Now you see that? So Christ, the Most High, told us in Jeremiah 50:2, he said, Baal is taken and Merodach is broken in pieces. So Satan himself is being taken right now. Y'all ain't understanding. You got to see what's going on in the spirit. This is how the financial system is being taken down in Babylon. It's all the doing of the Most High. The Most High is destroying the financial hub of Babylon. You got to see it. Merodach is the god being served at that bull calf. Satan. All right, Beelzebub. All right, there's a connection. Beelzebub, Satan, Baal, and Baal. There's a connection. All of these go back to the Hebrew. If you look up all of these in your Strong's Concordance, not Satan. The Bible tells you that Satan is Beelzebub, but not Satan. If you go and look up this one here, you see it has a Beelzebub. 9 is H9 or G954 from the Greek. You go down to the bottom here, you see it says of uncertain origin, Baal. When you look up that Baal right there, it leads you back to Hebrew 11:68, which is Baal, right? Which is a heathen god. Okay, all of these lead you back to Baal, all of them. When you go back to Mammon, Baal. When you go back to Merodach and Baal, Baal, it all goes back to the same God. This is Satan. Satan, right here on your right. which got the pentagram right here in the middle of his forehead, which you got the Pentagon over there, what's that? Where's that? DC, Virginia? Where's the Pentagon? Somewhere over there in Babylon.
Yeah, and DC, between DC and Virginia.
Okay. Well, see, you got the Pentagon, you got the pentagram right here in the middle of his head, letting you know who they paying homage to over there in the Pentagon. Maryland. All right. Okay. The god of Babylon is Satan. That's just that. Let's go to Jeremiah 50. Let's finish that up. Read down to the 9th verse. I'm trying to get us out of here. I know we've been in here a minute. I apologize.
All right. Okay. Where we at? Jeremiah 50 and was it 3? No. 50 and...
Let's read. Let's start at 2 now that we understand who these gods are that the Most High is destroying. Let's start at 2.
Right. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 2. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Or Merrill Lynch is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces.
So the Most High is warring against the gods of Babylon right now. Let me, for those who didn't see this, let me just go back and show you. And I'm gonna put this right here so you can skim over that yourself. You see that? The title, the origin of yeah, they're giving everything away now. They're like, oh man, give it away. Yeah, it don't matter no more. The financial construct is broken. Babylon will never be the same. The Most High is warring against the gods of Babylon. Merodach is the god that the first bank was created on. Merodach is this bull calf here. This is Merodach. That's Marduk. That's the financial god of Babylon. Satan. This is Satan's emblem.
I go back to Joshua telling our people, you know, if God be God, then serve him. And if Baal be God, then serve him. But as for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord, you know? We'll serve the Most High. He knows he said Baal, and then right, going back to the calf that Aaron built, you know.
And what he built it with?
Gold.
There you go. With gold. Yeah. You see?
Yep. So this ain't nothing new, you know. This is yeah.
But see, we need everybody to understand how true the Bible is. We gotta be able to see this thing spiritually.
Right.
This is the Most High's plan. The Most High is weakening Babylon. She got an appointment with judgment, y'all. So let's finish Jeremiah, because I think we still got a few more scriptures, man. And I just want to get it done, because I don't want everybody to be in here just, you know, getting tired and all that. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can knock it out.
Verse 3. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. In those days and in that time, saith the Most High, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Most High their power.
Now remember, this place is spiritual Egypt. What did Egypt do? Egypt had captive both northern and southern kingdom of Israel, the whole nation. You can just about all in America, you can find almost all 12 tribes. When I'm talking about America, I'm talking about the Americas.
Right. South, Central,
right?
and North.
It says in that day and at that time, exactly. It says, and in that day and at that time, saith the Most High, the children of Israel shall come, and the children of Judah, northern and southern kingdom, the whole king, the whole house of Israel, and they shall go and seek the Most High. Come on.
Verse 5, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come, and let us join ourselves to the Most High in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten.
And if the children of Israel and Judah knew where Zion was, they wouldn't have to ask the Most High the way. I'll let you all figure that out. Come on.
Let me just tell, no, I'm just kidding. It ain't what it says. Verse 6,
you know,
my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
They have what? Hold on. They have what? Read it again.
They have forgotten their resting place.
You see, that's why you got to ask the Most High the way to Zion. Come on.
All that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Most High, the habitation of justice, even the Most High, the hope of their fathers. Remove out of the midst of,
and they offend not, because now the nations are saying they offend not, because earlier we read a scripture where the Most High called the nations and told them, hey, they ain't hearkening to me. These people for a praise, so do what you want to do with it.
All right.
But these people went too far, like we read in Isaiah. They weren't supposed to do with us how they dealt with us. We read that in Isaiah 47. All right. So okay, go ahead, the 8th verse. Now here's some instruction from the Most High. The 8th verse, come on.
Verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flocks.
And be as the he-goats before the flock. The male goats leave the women and kids, the kid goats, and they go out before the flock, and they go to seek safe pastures. That's what he-goats do. The Most High is saying, get out of the midst, remove, leave out of the middle of Babylon. Get up out of there. I'm going to destroy it. 9th verse.
9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And
so they're missiles. They're ballistic missiles. They missiles. Hey, listen, all of the missiles, none of them is going to return in vain, and they're going to be as an expert sent them on. They're going to land. The Most High is declaring war against this place. This is what we're trying to get y'all to see. It's no new thing under the sun, y'all. Because a lot of people will say, see, this is the Old Testament, this Old Covenant. Listen here. Listen, there have been, like I said, there was 3 Babylons. The first one was under Nimrod and the Cushites. The second one was under Nebuchadnezzar and the Persians and Medos, which were the Iranians. And this third one here is under Esau, Edom, the Romans. And the Most High dropped Babylon, the first one. He did that, right? The second one, guess what happened? They got taken down by the Greeks. And that was prophesied. And this third one is prophesied to be taken by an assembly of great nations, not just one. This is how we know this is speaking of a future Babylon. Because the one under Nebuchadnezzar was taken by the Greeks. See, this is how we understand. It's going to be an assembly of great nations that come. Do you guys not see an assembly of great an assembly of great nations gathering themselves as we speak today? Do you not see it? And all of them have one enemy, one common enemy? Can you not see it? The Most High is calling the children of slaves out of America. He who have eyes, let him see, and he who have ears, let him hear. Let the spirit resonate with your spirit. If it don't resonate with you, hey, that's on you. Blood not on my hands. The trumpet is blown. Sirach, that ain't Sirach. We don't have to. Let's jump ahead a few scriptures because we ain't got to go here. All right. Let's go to Joshua 10 and 13.
The book of Joshua, chapter 10, verse 13. And the sun stood still and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Joshua?
Is not this written in the book of Jasher? What we're getting ready to do is go into the book of Jasher and give you and show you things that happened, before our time. There's no new thing under the sun. All right. When the Most High told Abraham to leave Babylon, it was for a reason. Abraham left Babylon because Nimrod was looking to put him to death. Okay? This Babylon here that we're under in America, the Most High is telling us to leave because he's getting ready to judge that place. And if we don't hearken, then guess what? Death. There's some people who may not be able to leave because of circumstance and things of that sort. The Most High understand that. Okay, listen, hey, I'm just here to bring the scriptures, thus saith the Most High. People gonna have all sorts of questions concerning what's being brought forth today. But this is all I'm here to do. So let's go to the book of Joshua, chapter 12, and let's see what Abraham did, what the Most High informed Abraham to do.
Joshua, chapter 12, verse 64. And Abram said to his father, dost thou know that the king thinketh to slay me and to annihilate my name from the earth by the advice of his wicked counselors?
Right. So now you got Abraham letting his daddy Terah, he letting his father Terah know, he telling him, listen, don't you and his father worked for Nimrod. His father worked for the king. All right. So Abraham is telling his daddy, listen here, Nimrod trying to kill me. All right, go ahead.
65. Oh, hold on. Okay. Now, whom hast thou here, and what hast thou in this land? Arise, let us go together to the land of Canaan, that we may be delivered from his hand, lest thou perish also through him in the latter days.
So now, Abram is asking his father, and I'm asking you all the same thing. The Most High is destroying the financial construct of Babylon. So what do you have in this land? What do you have? What do you have in this land? Come on, 66.
66. Dost thou not know, or hast thou not heard, that it is not through love that Nimrod giveth thee all this honor, but it is only for his benefit that he bestoweth all this. Yeah.
And it's not through love that Babylon has blessed you with your good job and with your good car. It's because of their benefit. They benefiting off of you. But guess what? Soon as they can't benefit off of you anymore, do you understand? Hey man, listen, come out of her. Come out of her. Come on, read.
But it is only for his benefit that he bestoweth all this good upon thee. 67. And if he do unto thee greater good than this, surely these are only vanities of the world. For wealth and riches cannot avail in the day of wrath and anger.
Wealth and riches will only get you so far. Okay? But in the day of wrath, when the Most High plan on destroying, when he say, listen, I'm sending judgment on this place, they cannot save you. All right, come on.
68. Now therefore hearken to my voice, and let us arise and go to the land of Canaan, out of the reach of injury from Nimrod. And serve thou the Most High, who created thee in the earth, and it will be well with thee. And cast away all the vain things which thou pursuest.
Listen, and you hear that? You hear that? There's no new thing under the sun. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Do you hear that? Arise and go out of the land. You hear me? Out of injury of Babylon. Get away from Babylon.
For real.
And serve the Most High that created thee. Right? And it be well with thee, and cast away all the vain things which thou pursue.
Man.
Cast away all that vanity. And listen, ain't no new thing under the sun. Abram was faced with the same decisions as you, as me. Abraham, our father, the father of our faith, was faced with the same decisions. The same decision to be an example to us in the latter days. What you gonna do?
And you know it's crazy because it's people that, you know what I'm saying, they might not understand scriptures like we understand, but it's in their heart to lead this place, you know? Because I'm hearing and I'm talking to different people.
Seeing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm hearing and talking to different people, and I'm like, some of the most unlikely people. Like I said, they don't have the understanding of the word that you got, but it's something in them, and I know what it is, that's you know, letting them know that it's better to leave this place. You know? And they don't, and I know they don't fully understand it now. But when they make that move, they gonna understand.
Exactly. And when this spirit, when this word resonate with the spirit, bro, that's when they're gonna jump for joy.
Right.
That's when they find out and understand that the Most High really love them.
Right. Right. Because they're gonna look back and be like, man, if I would have stayed there, you know what? I'd have been destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's
Judgment coming.
That's why I say they're gonna understand. Once they leave, they're gonna understand. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Exactly. And you and I, we know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We know through experience. Through
Right.
experience. Listen, I'm not in Babylon.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking to you from a place of where I'm being a hypocrite of some sort. And neither is this brother here. Because guess what? We both left. So we're not speaking from the voice of a hypocrite. Right? We outside of it screaming and telling brothers and sisters it's time to get up out of there. Thus saith the Most High. All right, let's finish this here. This
59.
Jash.
And Abram ceased to speak when Noah and his son Shem answered Terah, saying, true is the word which Abram hath said unto thee. And Terah hearkened to the voice of his son Abram. And Terah did all that Abram said. For this was the most high from the Most High, that the king should not cause Abram's death.
Come on, read the next chapter's verse.
All right. Joshua 13, verse 1. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and Sarah, his daughter-in-law, the wife of his son Abram, and all the souls of his household, and went with them from Kasdim to go to the land of Canaan. And when they came as far as the land of Haran, they remained there, for it was exceedingly good land for pasture, and of sufficient extent for those who accompanied them.
So Abram was able to show his father that it was time to go. And Terah hearkened unto his son, understanding that this was from God, this word that his son got. All right. Now I just wanted to go there just to show everyone that, hey, our forefather Abraham was faced with the same decision that we had. The same decision that we had. Okay? And a lot of times what we do is we begin to get in our emotions and say, what about so-and-so? What about him? What about her? Forgetting. And I know this may sound hard to some, but forgetting that the Most High promised us a resurrection. So it may be some righteous whose part to play in prophecy is just not of coming out of Babylon. These people may have to be joined in a resurrection with Christ. And when I got to speak that way, because that's a part of our faith.
Hey.
Yeah.
You have to understand what the Most High is telling you, regardless of what decision somebody else make. Because, you know, we got a commission to go and preach the gospel. All of the gospel. We got a commission to teach everything from Genesis to Revelations, all in between, even the books that was taken out. But the point of the matter is, you have to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That means you got to do what the Most High called you to do, and what you see that he told you to do, regardless of who else understand or don't understand. Like we just read in the scriptures, whether they hear or if they forbear. You know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All praises to the Father. Exactly.
You be trying to save
Exactly.
somebody else and miss your own salvation.
And then you fall into what? Now you disobedient.
You're right.
You understand? So, all right, let's move. All right, bam. A rumor heard throughout the earth. A rumor heard throughout the earth. Let's read Jeremiah 51:5.
Jeremiah 51:5. Let's see.
Hey, if any other brothers in here that want to read, man, if any other brother in here that can read, man, listen, hey, I appreciate it. I'm saying that because I don't want to wear nobody out when it comes with this reading.
Hey, I'm here. Just I got this dang on baby trying to put him to sleep. I don't want to interrupt.
I'm about to be at the house in like five minutes.
Jeremiah 51:5. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of the Most High, the Lord of hosts, through their land, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Most High's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
The Most High is getting ready to render unto Babylon judgment, payback. And he's instructing our people to flee out of the midst of Babylon. Some people will look at that, and I don't see how they would overlook it and say, oh, no, man, that ain't talking about leave Babylon. That's talking about spiritual. Brother, the Most High just said he getting ready to take vengeance on Babylon. Flee. He told Abram to flee physically. Abram left physically. Why don't you think that we have to flee physically? We didn't start off in America. That's not where we started. That's where we are, some of us. And then you'll get the question, people will say, well, where do I go if I leave here? Where would I go? Listen, get out of there. Okay, the scriptures tell you that Christ won't meet that place as a man. So by the time Christ returns, that place is going to be up in smoke. So come out of there. Regardless, it don't matter where you go. Come out of there. Axe the way towards Zion, like the scriptures say. Come on.
7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Most High's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up, even to the skies.
So, when it say forsake her and let everyone go into his own country, what do that mean?
Physically.
You know what I'm saying? That's physically leave Babylon and go into your own country. Now, Israel, understand, we don't know our country. That's why we asking the Most High to way to Zion. The Most High is going to guide us. We're going to be pilgrims in the earth. We're just going to have to be operating. But we're going to have to come out of Babylon. Come on.
10. The Most High have brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Most High, our power. Make bare the arrows, gather the shields. The Most High have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Most High, the vengeance of his temple. Set up the
So
standard.
the Most High have stirred up the spirit of the Medes. The Most High have stirred up the spirit of the Medes. This person in the middle here, he's a Median. He stirred up the spirit of the Medes. Y'all see this guy in the middle here? He's a Median, Iranian. If you look up who the Medes are, the Persians, they're Iranians. The Most High has stirred up the spirit of the Medians to destroy Babylon. All right? The Most High stirred up their spirit. It's in their spirit to do this. Come on, let's finish this. 14, down to 14. Down to the 14th verse.
Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. For the Most High have both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men, and as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee.
The Most High said he's going to fill the land with men like as with caterpillars. All right? Like as with caterpillars. Let's read this, Jeremiah 51 and 19. I'm going to let you go ahead and just read it, and then once you're done reading, I'll play it.
Jeremiah 15 and 19 through 28.
51 and 19.
Yeah. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces.
The Most High is going to use his people. The Most High is going to use his people to destroy nations. All right? So that's what he's saying there. Go ahead, just keep reading. I just wanted to bring that out. I really ain't going to cut you off too much more.
And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Most High. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Most High, which destroyeth all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt be destroyed forever, saith the Most High. Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of Ararat, many, and Ashkenaz, appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion.
And all the land of his dominion. So the Most High is raising up a host of armies against Babylon, right? And we can see this right now in our time. Jump down to 45 and read that, and then we'll get into the rest.
And you say they will not take a stone from a corner. That means we ain't gonna set up nothing like them. It's not gonna be none of their influence is gonna be established in our kingdom.
Yeah, Babylon is listen, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
All right. Verse 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Most High.
Wait a minute. Hold up. The Most High said, my people. His people is Israel. He said, go ye out of the midst of her and deliver every man his own soul from the fierce anger of the Most High. So leave her. That's what he's saying. All right, come on, go ahead.
46. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor and violence in the land, ruler against ruler.
So
Therefore,
ruler against ruler is getting ready to happen in Babylon. All right, we've been hearing these rumors, but now these rumors is becoming more frequent. These rumors is hitting more close to home. These rumors are becoming hotter because the financial system has been hit. Okay? So we hearing the rumors and everybody thinking, you got all these patriots talking about, oh yeah, man, ain't nobody ever gonna come to America and war. But the Most High just said, he just said, violence is gonna happen in the land, ruler against ruler in the land. War is coming to Babylon. Okay, war is coming. All right, go ahead.
47. Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. Then the heaven and the earth and all that is therein shall sing for Babylon, for the spoilers shall come unto her from the north, saith the Most High. As Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth. Ye that have escaped the sword, go away. Stand not still. Remember the Most High afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind.
And that's what we're doing. We standing afar off, and we letting Jerusalem come into our mind, but we letting y'all know. Listen, we out of there, and we letting you know why. This is why. And when it's saying that verse before that, it says that at Babylon shall fall all the slain of the earth. When you go into that translation there, it's saying all the slain of the country. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All the slain of the country. Now it say that of the earth right there in the Old English, but when you go back into the understanding, it says of the country. That's how you know when they talk about Babylon being a city, oh, that great city, right there is letting you know it's a country. You can look it up for yourself. All right, come on, let's get it.
51. We are confounded because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces. For strangers are come into the sanctuaries of the Most High's house. Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will do judgment upon her graven images, and through all her land that the wounded shall groan. Though Babylon should mount
And
up to heaven.
Babylon has written in the books freedom of religion. The Most High don't take kind to that. So the Most High is going to do judgment on her idolatries. All of the gods of Babylon will be judged. The Most High don't deal with freedom of religion. You don't listen. Yeah, you right now you can choose. You can say, hey, I want to choose the Most High. I want to choose the God of this world. That's the only two choices you got. But the Most High ain't dealing with all of the religions. The Most High ain't dealing with those choices. Either you choose him or it's hellfire. Period. You may think you got the freedom of religion because you're still in the flesh, but once this flesh is past and you in the spirit, you're gonna wake up in hellfire. You don't have a decision. You think you do now, but after this is all said and done, then what you got? Hellfire. So you choose, hey, choose now, the Most High or Mammon or Satan. Make your decision now. And the Most High is judging the gods of Babylon. Go ahead. And Merodach, the financial god, Merodach, is being judged right now. The Most High is judging Merodach. Merodach is broken. Those idols, those people, those faces of Edomites on them dollar bills will serve you no benefit. They'll serve you no justice. Toilet paper. All right, let's finish it.
53. Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Most High. A sound of a cry cometh from Babylon, and great destruction from the land of the Chaldeans.
So great destruction from the land of the Chaldeans. All right. So now we got a triple alliance right here. In the east, a triple alliance. See that? A triple threat. Let's get it. And they all have one common enemy.
Meanwhile, a new set of military drills are taking place in the Gulf of Oman. Any guesses as to who could be staging these drills? Well, it might not come as a surprise because it is China, Russia and Iran who are taking part in these drills that could potentially raise tensions with the US. What China calls an exercise to deepen cooperation between the participating countries' navies could well be a retaliatory move towards the United States as economic and security issues continue to rise between the two. But what are these joint drills all about? The Security Belt 2023 Joint Maritime Military Exercise is a development of the earlier two drills that were held in 2019 and 2022. The three countries, in fact, wish to demonstrate their capacity in safeguarding maritime security in the Gulf of Oman. The Chinese PLA has also sent a guided missile destroyer called Nanning to the exercises. The United States, for its part, has been trying to take a pretty safe stance. It has said that it is not concerned about the training exercise. Now, that makes sense because this is not the first time that the countries are training together. The U.S. National Security Council has also emphasized that it will try and make sure that there is no threat to the nation's security and that of its allies. Talking about allies, let's take the country which is far from being US's ally, the most heavily sanctioned nation among the three, Russia. While the United States continues to punish the country by imposing economic sanctions, China, on the other hand, is also deepening ties with Moscow. This raises the question, could this lead to China's potential willingness to offer military aid to Vladimir Putin? The United States, remember, has done no favors to try and win China onto its side because there's been a furious trade war that the United States has waged against China, besides the contain China policy that the United States has resorted to for more than a decade and a half. Now, China has raised a lot of eyebrows as it goes to help Moscow economically by rejecting the G7's price cap on oil and is now also extending its hand in support for a healthier relationship with Moscow with these military drills. And there's more. The Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russia's Vladimir Putin caught up over a phone call. And this was around New Year's Eve. The two sides released statements saying that the ties between the two are at their historic best. And what's more, Vladimir Putin also said that he's expecting a state visit from Xi Jinping pretty soon. He said, and I quote him here, "We're expecting you, dear friend," was the message from Moscow. But do not be mistaken, China is not the only one that is partnering with Russia. The case is pretty much similar with Iran. The Tehran is still purchasing Russian oil and is sending military aid to Moscow in return. This is true. This has been going on for the last 1 year. Tehran has sent many kamikaze drones, and if reports are to be believed, then it is also just sending ballistic missiles to Russia, for Russia to use in the war since October. The friendship between the three nations seems to be getting stronger, as leaders have been seen very frequently flying to each other's capitals. In July last year, the Russian president went to Tehran. He met with his counterpart Ibrahim Raisi and discussed the issue of strengthening bilateral ties. And then, in November, a group of Russian security officials visited Iran. The aim was to try and find ways to counter the Western pressure on both these nations. In the latest, China also hosted bilateral talks with Iran, in which they landed on an agreement to try and restore relations after 7 years of tensions. And this may have disturbed the United States, as it has strained ties with Iran since the founding of the Islamic Republic, when Iran had in fact taken several US diplomats as hostages. Amidst all the tension between the United States and the other three, the Chinese leader Xi Jinping at this moment appears to be pretty buoyant, as he's now entered into his third term. Xi has recently called the United States as a big threat to China's growth. He did not just stop there. He blamed the Biden administration for leading a campaign of suppression against China's troubles. Right now, what we are witnessing are the third set of military drills between China, Russia and Iran. While the United States has been trying to isolate each of these three nations individually, what we are witnessing is perhaps the birth of a triangular alliance in Asia, which will go a long way in shaping America's diplomacy in this part of the world, and has also in many ways turned American efforts to isolate these nations completely hollow. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move. Meanwhile, a new set of...
So you got a multitude of nations gathering themselves together. And now those are the head three, okay? You still have North Korea, you have India, okay? You have Brazil, you have South Africa, okay? You have a host of countries that are joining themselves together against Babylon. Those are just the three top. And one of them is prophesied to utterly deliver the blow to utterly destroy Babylon, or America as we know it.
Right.
Thus saith the Most High. What was that?
I said right. And you still got the 10 horns.
Well, see, 10 horns are the ones orchestrating the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because the 10 horns is those who utterly hate the horns, gonna burn them with fire. But see, they the ones that's moving the strings behind the scenes.
All right.
The 10 horns. You got them. NATO ain't gonna have nobody's back. Babylon think NATO got their back. They ain't gonna have their back.
Can y'all hear me?
NATO hate the horn.
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right.
Yeah, NATO hate the horn. The 10 horns is going to utterly burn the horn with fire. Prophesied. All right. So now let's go to Revelation 18. Let's get some of the instructions that the Most High have given his people. All right. Let's see if we can try to zoom through this, man. Let me see how much we got left. We got a few. We mainly got these videos, man. Really ain't too many more scriptures left.
Revelation 18:1.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Revelations 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues.
So now that you be not partakers of her sins and you receive not her plagues, the Most High is saying, come out of her. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all two brothers. Y'all brothers on here, y'all three brothers, right? Let me ask y'all one quick question. Is a plague physical or spiritual?
A plague is physical.
Physical.
Exactly, because you got, and I asked that question to y'all. Because you have brothers and sisters who will bring these scriptures out and they'll continue to say, come out of her spiritually. They continue to say that. Oh, that's just talking about spiritual, brother. It's gonna be the chariots gonna come and take us up out of here. Well, you might as well be dealing with the same thing the Christians dealing with the not resurrection, but with the rapture. Same thing. It's no different. The Most High telling you, he's giving us instruction here. Let's get Zechariah 2:6.
Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
Wait a minute, wait. Hold up. Is the chariots coming? Read that, start that again.
Deliver thyself. Oh, I'm sorry. Ho, ho. Come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth.
Oh, the chariots. Hold on, the chariots coming.
Deliver thyself, O Zion.
What about the rapture? The rapture's finna happen, right?
Deliver thyself, O Zion.
You see that? Deliver thyself, O Zion. What Zion? Go ahead. Where at? What is Zion at?
That dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
Those who dwelling in the daughter of Babylon, prophesied by King David. Deliver thyself. Go ahead.
Verse 8, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts have sent me.
That's right. Now let's get Revelation 18:4. Let's go back. Just to show you, the Most High has given us instructions concerning how we should operate when we see certain things happening within Babylon. It's time to go. He told us to come up out of there. He said he's gonna shake his hand upon them. That's judgment.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
So now you got plagues. Those plagues, which we read about in the 4th verse, which we just told you, were physical plagues. Now they're the scriptures is showing us that these are truly physical plagues. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death, mourning, and famine. And she gonna be utterly burnt with fire. Now, who want to stay around for that? Let's get 2nd Ezra 16 and 35.
2nd Ezra 16 and 35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains. When the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack that come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
So the Most High now is commanding us. Once we see these things, we're to make ourselves ready for the battle and become pilgrims in the earth. Leave Babylon and become pilgrims in the earth. It's time to understand, listen, we have no home until our Lord and Savior returns. He's going to place us in our homeland. But for now, we must make ourselves pilgrims and be led of the Spirit. All right? Go ahead. Let's see what the Spirit say. 41.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth, as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise, as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth, as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers. And therefore they that labor, labor in vain.
They that labor, labor in vain. So the Most High is letting us know, listen, all that life that you think that you're supposed to be living, if you want to preserve yourself, follow my instructions and make yourself pilgrims in the earth. Don't try to get this world's gain, because it's over. It's over. That's what he letting us know right now. Let's get Haggai 1 and 2. Haggai or Haggai, however you say it, chapter 1 and verse 2.
Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, this people say, the time is not come, the time that the Lord's house should be built. Then came the word of the Lord by Haggai, the prophet, saying, is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your seal houses, and this house lie waste? Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
Consider. Listen, see, you had in Haggai's time, you had brothers that was talking about, hey man, listen here, the time of the Most High ain't here. It ain't time yet, that prophesied. So Haggai telling them, listen here, consider your ways. Consider your ways. Go ahead. He about to show them their ways. Go ahead.
Verse 6, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages just to put it into a bag with holes. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
So consider your ways, my people. You putting this, you listen, you earning wages just to put it in a bag with holes. Understand, I'm from America, I'm from Detroit. And I'm telling you, I lived there. I understand the day-to-day goings. It was like I couldn't get ahead. You putting everything you gain literally just leaving. Everything you bring in is gone. You put it's in a bag of holes. Consider your ways. Understand. Listen, this financial system this is for the birds. I want to put my faith, I want to put my treasures in my faith towards the Father. So bam, you'll be repaid for that. Understand that. But it takes you jumping out there. It takes you first, walking in that faith. You can't keep on relying on these jobs. You can't keep on relying on, the things that Babylon have offered you and have made you and have, you can't keep relying on these comforts that you got in Babylon. The Most High calling us up out of there. And we can see what's happening now. Merodach is being judged, is being broken. And when Merodach, the financial system is broken, the military system will be broken. Once the military is broken, Babylon will be fully taken.
Hey,
understand that. Yeah.
Did you read Matthew 19 in here already?
19, I don't know. We don't read so many scriptures. I don't think so, but if you can read it, go ahead. No, I didn't read it. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so this is Matthew 19 and 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do, that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is, the Most High, higher. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. He saith unto him, which, Yashaya said, Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man saith unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Yashaya said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Then said Yashaya unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Most High. So I read that because a lot of people, you can be loving the money without even knowing it. You get addicted to making it. Most High not calling us to make no money. Of course, it does. You're not ignorant. We do need money to purchase resources. But at this time, right now, the Spirit is letting us know all this stuff is over. We have to tap into the source of the Most High. Over, and that's it.
Hey, all praises to the Most High. And that's truth, man. That's truth right there. Right? That's true. Seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, and all these things will be added unto you. Can y'all hear me, or am I sounding different to y'all right now?
Loud and clear. Yeah.
All right, cool. Because it started raining over here, and I could just hear that, hear the rain. So.
Yeah, you done made it start raining, brother.
Hey, it's raining over here, bro. It's raining good too.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good.
Here we go. Let's get into we got a few videos. I'm just gonna play all of these videos through. I ain't gonna talk. I'm gonna just let them play through. We done already went through most of the scriptures. We only got a few more and we done. All right, so let's get them.
The dollar is facing a revolt. The world knows it as the king of currencies, but the dominance of the dollar is now under threat. More and more countries are looking for alternatives, and China's yuan is emerging as a clear challenger. Beijing is pursuing a string of deals. The latest one is with Brazil. Brazil and China are ditching the dollar. From now on, they'll use their own currencies for trade. So China is pushing the yuan. What about the Indian rupee? It's not far behind. The Indian rupee is also emerging as a serious contender. And why are these trends significant? Because currencies drive commerce. The dollar's dominance gives the US an outsized influence on the global economy, and a shift away from the dollar will only hurt America. It will also hasten the rebalancing of the global economy. In the next few minutes, we'll look at this trend and where this is going. First, the events in Brazil. Brazil announced the deal yesterday, and it did not come out of the blue. The agreement had been in the works for a while. A preliminary pact was signed in the month of January. It laid the foundations of the final agreement, and it's a fairly simple deal. Earlier, Brazil and China used the US dollar for trade. Now they will deal in their native currencies. China will use the yuan, and Brazil will use the Brazilian reais. How does it help? It will save costs. Look at the official statement from Brazil. This is what it says. The expectation is that this will reduce costs, promote even greater bilateral trade, and facilitate investment. China is Brazil's biggest trading partner. Last year, their bilateral trade was worth over $150 billion. So it makes sense for Brazil to ditch the dollar. But what's in it for China? Beijing is on a mission. It wants to internationalize the yuan. It is building a large coalition of partners. These are countries that will use the yuan instead of the US dollar, and Beijing has made considerable progress in this direction. It has secured bilateral pacts with 41 countries so far. The total value of these agreements is more than $500 billion. So the yuan is gaining international acceptance. And the petro-yuan is rising. Now, what is the petro-yuan? It's not a different currency. Petro-yuan is simply using the yuan to settle oil bills, just like the petrodollar. And China is making an aggressive push for this. It is finding takers in oil-producing nations. Russia, for instance, it has embraced the yuan. So have Iran, Venezuela, and some African nations. Now, reports say Saudi Arabia is also considering the switch from the dollar to the yuan. And this is going to be a very important development. We know that Riyadh has been at odds with Washington and is getting closer to Beijing. But ditching the dollar will be a decisive move. Meanwhile, the Indian rupee is also competing in this race. Last year, India's Reserve Bank made a move. It allowed international trade settlements in the Indian rupee. It's still early days, but India has made progress. Banks in 18 countries have shown interest. They've opened special accounts, and these accounts will help them settle trade payments in the Indian rupee. And these are the countries we're talking about. They're ditching the dollar. They want to use the Indian rupee for trade.
Look at all those countries. Just look at Africa, even Israel. And Israel's supposed to be down with America. Look at that. Germany and the UK, they're supposed to be down with America. Look at that. They all dumping the dollar. You got African countries, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 African countries dumping the dollar. All right. It's getting real. It's getting real.
Yeah. Earlier this year, Brazil and Argentina floated an idea. They're thinking about a common currency for South America. Halfway across the world, Southeast Asia too is losing patience with the US dollar. In Africa, countries like Kenya are dumping the dollar. They'll use the Kenyan shilling for oil imports. So here's a question. Why is all of this happening now? Why is there a global rebellion against the dollar? Also, how did the dollar become the world's reserve currency? It happened after the Second World War in the year 1944. 44 allied countries met at Bretton Woods in the US. 44 countries came together. They wanted to avoid another financial turmoil, so they created a system, a set of rules that would shape the global economy as we know it today. It led to the creation of the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, also the World Bank. The Allies also agreed to a new exchange rate system. Each country pegged the value of its currency to the US dollar, and that's how the American dollar gained its dominance. The Bretton Woods Conference gave the US immense power to dominate the global economy. It created two financial institutions, the IMF and the World Bank, largely controlled by America. And they're still quite powerful and still led by the US. As for the dollar, it is still widely used, both inside and outside the US. About $1 trillion notes are in circulation outside America. Some 40% of the world's debt is issued in US dollars. Nearly 60% of the global currency reserves are in US dollars, and close to 90% of all foreign exchange trade involves the US dollar. The world economy is hooked to the dollar, but now it wants to give up this addiction, but it'll not happen overnight. The dollar's downfall, though, has begun.
The dollar's downfall has begun.
So she's saying that the dollar's still in circulation, but this is the beginning of the end for that dollar and American power too over these countries.
And yes, the dollar is still in circulation. It's not stopped. But the thing is, it's losing its value. The more countries pull from the from using the US dollar for trade, the more the dollar loses its value. Plus, not only that, we just had the United States, the Federal Reserve, printing so much money, right? They printed a whole lot of money. It was giving out all of these stimuluses and all these things, these loans and things of that sort, right? When you put more money into the economy, that takes away from the value of the money. You see? So the value of the dollar is dropping. Yeah, it's still in circulation, but its value is dropping. That's what we're seeing. The devaluation of the dollar.
And you know what's deep though? Like people think they're really just working for, their living circumstances, food, living. You don't understand that if you erase the money, a lot of these people out here that be homeless, they don't work for money. They have faith in the Most High, and He provides for them. I've seen it. I've seen a woman who says she has faith in the Most High, and He provides for her. But that's the source that we haven't tapped into. So by default, you're trading your soul for the dollar, for the lifestyle.
Right. Right. Let's move to the next one. Now, this one I'm bringing out, I just want y'all to know that the people are expecting a war. They're expecting a war behind this. So
Glenn Beck got it right again and again and again. So we thought tonight is the perfect opportunity to hear from him. He's the co-founder of Blaze Media. He's just written a book called The Great Reset, and he joins us now for an overview of what we're watching. Glenn Beck, thank you so much for coming on tonight. How
thank you.
Would you
very
interpret
kind of you
this?
To say.
Well, it's true.
So let me, I've got a couple of things here for you. Let me just go through. I'm going to bring I think a different perspective to this. We have the banking crisis. They say it's fine. It's just beginning. Yesterday, we had the Saudis and Brazil and China enter a deal to where the petrodollar is over. Brazil and China are going to trade in their own currency. That's the beginning of the end of our currency. That means a dollar collapse. That means we become Venezuela. We will have war with China. We will have war with Russia and Iran. We have the restrict bill.
If anybody know and understand what's happening in Venezuela, they money went belly up a long time ago. All right, I want to say almost 10 years ago. You had people eating out the back of garbage cans. I mean trucks, out the back of garbage trucks. All right. I watched one video where getting into a restaurant was like $1,100 just to get into a restaurant and order a steak. Okay. So when he says it'll be Venezuela, that's what he's alluding to. Also, he just named off 3 countries that said that they were going to go to war with. We just looked at these 3 countries. We just saw China, Russia, and Iran were the 3 countries that he named. Okay, they're expecting a war. This is what's being expected. It's not just something that's, this is something that's being expected. All right. Let's finish it out.
We have social media and our NSA and everybody else in bed with each other, silencing people. We, of course, have the raccoon dogs, which we all know is bullcrap. And now this week we have a new gun grab that they're trying to do. Biden and his family taking money from the Chinese. What do you think this Donald Trump thing is really all about? The America that we knew, the fundamental transformation that started in 2008 is finished. We are no longer viewed as a superpower.
You see, Babylon the Great is falling. They can see it. They telling you that this campaign started in 2008. What was significant about 2008? Obama. Okay, this started in 2008.
We are now an elderly, we're Joe Biden just walking into the twilight. What this is all about, I believe, is trying to inflame this country. They've wanted violence from the right from the beginning. They can't wait it. They need it, because if we strike out, look at January 6th, the day they're letting the shaman out of prison because it was all trumped up. Thank you, Tucker Carlson, for revealing this. The day they're letting him out, they do this to Donald Trump. They want you to strike out. Why? Because then they can close the cage. I'm going to make another prediction.
You see that? Because then they can close the cage. All right. Now, I don't want to go into the rest of this. I'm going to move on, because after that, what he just spoke, he just going to start campaigning for Donald Trump. So, and whatever. But
Glenn Beck got it.
Let's deal with this guy. I'm going to just do this video here. I don't want to. All right, it ain't that long.
It's
if
happening
the US dollar
slowly.
collapses, then automatically the US economy will crash. Remember this.
Understand, y'all. This was over 10 years ago that this man was speaking this. So understand, this was planned. This whole thing, they already had this understood that this was going to happen to Babylon. All right. But let's get it. Let's start it over.
If the US dollar collapses, then automatically the US economy will crash. Remember, this is the international currency. There is going to be such massive financial loss in the United States in particular. White America losing most of its wealth. That you can close your eyes and anticipate.
It's
if
happening
the US
slowly.
dollar collapses, then America. And
he said white America is going to lose out. All right, check it out.
riots in the United States of America. They might have to declare martial law in the United States. But more than that, the collapse of the US dollar, since this is the international currency, is going to create panic in the weak currency areas of the world. Indonesian rupiah, the Bangladeshi taka, the Pakistani rupee. There's going to be panic as people struggle and rush to dump their paper. The question is the demolition of the US dollar connected with some subject of 3 days. I know nothing about 3.
Now, because you see Islam way of life on your screen, let me make a disclaimer. We don't ascribe to Islam. Okay? We don't ascribe to it. I'm just bringing this forth to let you know that the nations around the earth, multiple or back in decades ago, understood that this would be Babylon or America's fate. All right?
The question is the demolition of the US dollar connected with some subject of 3 days. I know nothing about 3 days. No. What I do know is that Barack Obama is not there by chance. They put him there. They put a black man in the White House. And they put the black man in the White House to take blame. To be the guinea pig, to take the blame, because they know what's coming. I guess they're probably waiting for, the US dollar is already finished. It's in ICU, they're keeping it alive. They're waiting for a war, probably. And then they blame the war for it. And the US dollar will then collapse, Wall Street will witness its collapse. And then they will demonetize the US dollar, meaning it's no longer recognized as legal tender. And because so many countries hold stacks of US dollars, you can't buy oil in the world without US dollars. That's unfair, really. So all those US dollars that you're holding will suddenly collapse. China is going to lose most of all. Saudi Arabia is going to be losing a lot. And then they will replace the US dollar with another currency which would have a fraction of the cost. So on every $1 that you had, you're probably going to get 5 cents. White America is going to suffer massively. Black America is not rich.
White America is going to suffer massively. Black America is not rich. And the Most High is calling you up out of there. You see what they know about America, the nations? They understand.
It's crazy because he's speaking on something that most black people don't know. Even when we try to tell them, you know what I'm saying, the real reason Obama put in the White House, you know what I'm saying, before he was put in the White House, most of us didn't even know who he was. You know what I'm saying? But everybody like, oh, you know, ran down there to vote like they vote really count and everything. You know what I'm saying? And you can't say nothing against it without most people being offended, you know, because they think, oh, that was our president. Man, get out of here. This, like I said, this is somebody from a foreign country that's telling you from the get-go he was put in office just because what was getting ready to happen, they'll have a blame for it. And like you said earlier, you go back to 2008 when things started turning as far as what we can see.
And Obama, he about to get his Kenyan citizenship. He about to get up out the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy.
Hey, they said they're going back to their home country. You know what I'm saying? That's what his father's from, right?
That's right. Ain't it prophecy? You see that? Boy. Let's finish this one.
And when might America suffers this massive blow, the United States has a very curious law. In the United States, you're allowed to buy guns. Oh yeah? You can buy as many guns as you want. It's the law. So white America has lots of guns. So when the US dollar collapses, you're going to have fireworks.
Built on bloodshed, deceit in disguise, economy crashing. streets full of fiends. Dollar ain't worth nothing, chasing dead dreams. Corporate greed got the people in a vice grip. Politicians sell they soul for a nice whip. Food full of poison, water running toxic. Babies growing up with no guidance, it's obnoxious. You worship Moloch and bowl on the low. Easter, Christmas, Babylonian show. Ancient gods in a modern day rap. Same idols that got Nimrod clapped. Now your tower's falling, stock market shaking. Nation divided, earthquakes quaking. Prophets on the corners, truth been spoken. Babylon burned, the seal's been broken.
Sit in the dust, daughter of Babylon. Ain't no throne, your power gone. Worshipped your gods, but they ain't respond. Now Yasha reigns and the king is strong. Sit in the dust, daughter of Babylon. Your fall is swift, your sin's too long. Play with fire, now the heat is on. Judgment day coming, you won't last long.
Morals erasing, the wicked celebrating. Man with man and the children mutilating. Lawless land, everybody chasing paper. Selling your mama out for a little favor. Hollywood blaspheme, mock the Messiah. Mocking the throne, but gon' burn in that fire. Statues of Ishtar, rituals of sin. Calling it entertainment, but it's demons within. You serve the same gods from ancient days. Isis, Tammuz, in your modern ways. Astrology charts, third eye lies. New age doctrines got you hypnotized. Meanwhile the streets full of homeless and pain. Babylon crumbling, drowning in the rain. Yashaya returning with a flame in his eye. Babylon fall, yeah, the end is nigh.
Sit in the dust, daughter of Babylon. Ain't no throne, your power gone. Worshipped your gods, but they ain't respond. Now Yasha reigns and the king is strong. Sit in the dust, daughter of Babylon. Your fall is swift, your sin's too long. Played with fire, now the heat is on. Judgment day coming, you won't last long.
Prophets back, streets filled with soldiers, preaching that truth while the world getting colder. 12 tribes waking from that long dark sleep. Esau panicking cause the wolves ain't sheep. Chariots hover, watch the skies turn red. Ain't no peace treaty, Babylon's dead. Your idols fall flat, your riches turn rust. Yasha crack the sky, leave your kingdom in dust. It's written in the scrolls, ain't no escape route. Edom's face sealed, it's the end of your clout. While Jacob rise up, crown placed proper. Lost statues commanding like the old prophets. From the gutter to the throne, yeah, the switch up fatal. From the ghettos to Zion, breaking every cradle. You can mock if you want, but the time's on deck. Watch the king take the crown, place his foot on your neck.
Sit in the dust, daughter of Babylon. Ain't no throne, your power gone. Worshipped your gods, but they ain't respond. Now Yasha reigns and the king is strong. Sit in the dust, daughter of Babylon. Your fall is swift, your sin's too long. Play with fire, now the heat is on. Judgment day coming, you won't last long.
Yeah, from the Euphrates to the Hudson, it's the same plan. False gods, wicked men, but the Most High got the final hand. In Babylon, you sitting in the dust now.